Hello and welcome to Bridges by me, Eleanor Varughese. Table of Contents. Intro, why I chose this topic, types of bridges, the bridge I chose and my designs for it, trials, materials used for final product, sources, and a special thank you to you. Have you ever thought about bridges? Probably not. They're just structures that help you get from one place to another. Not too cool, huh? But bridges are much more than that. If we didn't have bridges, we wouldn't get to Galveston Beach or Long Island in New York. If it's going on a 2-week vacation to England or just taking Sam Houston Tollway to your granny's house, bridges are there. Always. Why I chose this topic. I chose bridges as my project because I wanted to make my own bridge and have fun connecting experiments with it. I knew that would be a challenge, and I knew that I would be ready for it. Before I even started my project, I had so many questions on bridges, such as what materials are used for bridges and what are the different types of bridges. In summary, I was instantly hooked. Arch bridges are one of the most popular type of bridge and came into use about 3,000 years ago. They are usually made of stone, brick, or concrete, but some modern arch bridges can include steel. An arch bridge is usually curved, and when something pushes down on it, the weight is distributed equally through the bridge. Beam bridges are one of the most simplest and oldest bridges. Beam bridges use wood, steel, concrete, aluminum, and fiber-reinforced polymer. These bridges are supported by supports called abutments. Trestle and suspension bridges. Trestle bridges were invented in the 19th century and use wood, iron, steel, or concrete. Trestle means a frame used to support flat surfaces. Trestle bridges are usually built over deep valleys and take up to 3% of railroad transport. The first modern suspension bridges were built in the early 19th century and use mostly steel and concrete. It has cables between towers, and those cables are anchored to the end of the road and hold most of the bridge's weight. Cable-stayed and cantilever bridges. Cable-stayed bridges are very similar to the suspension bridges. For one, they are first built in the 19th century and use steel, concrete, and composite materials, like the suspension bridges. Unlike the suspension, though, cable-stayed bridges have cables that hold the road by connecting them straight to the tower. Cantilever bridges first appeared in the 19th century. They used ceramic, porcelain, zirconia, and metal. The word cantilever means a projecting beam or member supported at only one end. You can see this in the picture below. Cantilever bridges usually carry heavy loads. Truss bridges. Truss bridges are a more modern bridge and use mostly steel, but sometimes wood or iron. The word truss means a structure of connected elements which form triangular units. They are sometimes used for railroad transport, but can be used for anything really. These bridges were the ones that caught my eye immediately, so I chose them for my final product. Bridge design. For my bridge, I ended up using a triangular pattern for the sides and popsicle sticks layered to make the road. I had about 10 trials and ended up making 4 bridges. I will be taking you through my experience making the 4 bridges. Trials 3, 5, 7, and 10. My first trial was a bridge that was pretty sturdy, though when tested, it could not hold 10 pounds. I made the sides first, making sure they were straight. Then I placed the popsicle sticks side by side, vertically, to make the road. Notice that I did not layer them. The road then cracked while testing. Trial 5. My second trial was not much different to the first. The bridge cracked while testing, and I didn't layer it. One thing different, though, was I added supports to hold up the sides to the road. Trial 7. Trial 3 was when I got a little more creative and desperate. This time I layered the road once and put supports on the bottom and top. I couldn't hear a crack or scratch while I was testing it. The bridge held 10 pounds, but I wasn't satisfied. I pushed down on it hard and the road broke. Trial 10. Success. I finally did it. My 10th trial. My bridge held exactly 10.5 pounds. I didn't get to test it more though, since my time was short and I didn't want to risk my bridge breaking. Also, I layered the road on this bridge 3 times to make it very strong. I didn't put many supports though, but the bridge did make it. Materials used for final product. I used 48 ounces of Elmer's school glue and exactly 126 popsicle sticks. I also used books to hold up the sides while gluing, and paper towels to hold the road still. You can see the ripped off paper towels on my bridge. Sources. I used historyofbridges.com, my uncle Joel Scuria, ChatGPT, Britannica, and Google. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my PowerPoint. And remember, bridges are amazing and will always be there.